Salah ad-Din Yusuf ibn Ayyub, widely known in the West as Saladin, stands as one of the most influential and admired figures of medieval history. A leader whose life combined military brilliance, political intelligence, religious devotion, and a moral character that earned respect even from his enemies, and his story is inseparable from the dramatic era of the Crusades that reshaped the medieval Middle East. Born in 1137 or 1138 in the city of Tikrit, in present-day Iraq, Salah ad-Din came from a Kurdish family that was part of the military elite serving regional rulers, and his father Naim al-Din Ayyub and uncle Asad ad-Din Shirkuh were commanders in the service of the Zengid ruler. Nur ad-Din Zengi, a powerful Sunni Muslim leader committed to resisting Crusader expansion. Salah ad-Din's early life did not mark him out as a future conqueror. He was more inclined toward religious study, theology, law, and administration than warfare, and this grounding in Islamic learning deeply shaped his worldview, instilling in him a sense of moral responsibility and religious purpose that later guided his leadership. His path to power began through the campaigns of his uncle Shirkuh in Egypt, a land weakened by internal divisions under the declining Shia Fatimid Caliphate and threatened by Crusader ambitions. And although Salah ad-Din initially played a secondary role, he gained valuable experience in politics, military strategy, and governance. When Shirkuh died unexpectedly in 1169, Salah ad-Din was appointed vizier of Egypt, a surprising decision given his youth and lack of independent power, but he quickly demonstrated remarkable ability by consolidating authority, securing loyalty within the army, and carefully navigating the delicate religious and political landscape of Fatimid Egypt. In 1171, he abolished the Fatimid Caliphate and restored allegiance to the Sunni Abbasid Caliph in Baghdad, an act of profound symbolic significance that marked the rebirth of Sunni authority in Egypt and laid the foundation for the Ayyubid dynasty. Following the death of Nur ad-Din in 1174, Salah ad-Din faced a complex struggle to assert legitimacy over Syria and neighboring regions, confronting rivals, rebellious governors, and skeptical elites, yet through a combination of military force, diplomacy, marriage alliances, and appeals to religious unity, he gradually brought Egypt, Syria, the Hejaz, Yemen, and parts of Mesopotamia under his control, achieving a level of Muslim unity that had been absent since the arrival of the Crusaders. This unification was not merely an exercise in empire building, but a strategic necessity, as Salah ad-Din believed that only a united Muslim front could effectively challenge the Crusader states established along the eastern Mediterranean coast. His greatest military achievement came in 1187 at the Battle of Hattin, where he decisively defeated the combined forces of the Kingdom of Jerusalem, capturing King Guy of Lusignan and destroying the military strength of the Crusaders. This victory opened the way for the rapid reconquest of key cities and culminated in the capture of Jerusalem later that year. The fall of Jerusalem was a turning point in Crusader history, but what distinguished Salah ad-Din was not only his success but his conduct, for unlike the massacre carried out by Crusaders when they captured the city in 1099, he chose mercy, allowing most inhabitants to leave upon payment of ransom, protecting holy places, and showing restraint that resonated deeply in both Muslim and Christian narratives. His actions enhanced his reputation as a chivalrous and just ruler, a reputation that would grow during the Third Crusade, when he faced some of the most formidable leaders of medieval Europe, including Richard the Lionheart of England. The encounters between Salah ad-Din and Richard became legendary, marked by fierce battles, diplomatic exchanges, mutual respect, and even gestures of courtesy, such as the sending of physicians or gifts. And although neither side achieved total victory, Salah ad-Din successfully defended Jerusalem and preserved Muslim dominance over much of the region. The conflict ended with the Treaty of Jaffa in 1192, which allowed Christian pilgrims access to Jerusalem while recognizing Muslim sovereignty, reflecting Salah ad-Din's pragmatic approach to politics and war. Beyond the battlefield, Salah ad-Din was admired for his personal qualities. He lived modestly, avoided luxury, distributed wealth generously to soldiers, scholars, and the poor, and was deeply committed to Islamic values, often engaging with scholars and supporting religious institutions such as madrasas and hospitals. His leadership style combined firmness with compassion, though it was not without severity when necessary, as he faced internal rebellions and political intrigue. Yet even his harsh decisions were generally framed within a broader vision of justice and order. At his death in Damascus in 1193, Salah ad-Din reportedly left behind little personal wealth, a striking testament to his generosity and lack of attachment to material riches, and his passing was mourned across the Muslim world, while Christian chroniclers also acknowledged his greatness and integrity. Over time, his legacy transcended religious and cultural boundaries, becoming a symbol of ideal leadership, resistance against foreign domination, and moral conduct in war. And in later centuries he was remembered in literature, historiography, and popular imagination as a model of chivalry and honor. Salah ad-Din's life thus represents more than the story of a conqueror. It reflects the complexities of medieval politics, the power of religious motivation, and the enduring impact of character in leadership, making him one of the most compelling and respected figures of world history whose influence continues to resonate in discussions of unity, justice, and ethical leadership even today.